Listen, look. It's the informant, no snitch but I'm bringing the news. These talks are global pandemic, stolen no relics. Things have gone hell as children in Yemen walk in their shoes. The Black Lives Matter situation is sweeping the nation in ones and twos. Let's talk about the matter real closely, let me get opinions and views. No snitch but I'm bringing the news. These talks are global.
Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of The Informant. Today we're going to be tackling the stock market. And to do that, we're going to be answering 3 questions. What is a stock? What is the stock market? And how do the prices change?
So now, let's have a look at the stock market. Firstly, you have to understand what a market is. A market is a place where customers and businesses go to exchange money for goods and services, just like you would go to the supermarket to exchange your money for groceries. Now let's understand stocks. A stock is a small piece of a business. Let's look at the business as a pizza. If you are by yourself, you can only afford one small pizza, but if you and all your friends chip in, you can buy one really big pizza and get a slice each slice representing a stock of the business. Now let's combine the 2 concepts and understand what a stock market is. A stock market is a place where customers, businesses, and investors go to exchange their money for small bits of businesses like Apple, Microsoft, and Tesla.
So why do the prices of stocks change? There are 2 reasons, the first being supply and demand. Stocks, just like any other resource, are scarce, meaning that there's a finite amount of them. This means that when the demand for a stock increases, so will the price, so that only the people who want it the most will be able to afford it. On the other hand, when the demand for a stock decreases, the price will decrease as well. The second factor that affects the price of a stock is the performance of the company. If a company performs well, they generate more profit. This means that the stock price will increase, and vice versa.
Okay, so to conclude, a market historically was a place where businesses would go and set up and they would sell their items to you and I. Now that's evolved quite a bit over time, and we no longer have bazaars and souks, we have online marketplaces and shopping centres like Amazon and Dubai Mall. The stock itself is really simply just a portion of a business. Okay, so if you and I buy a stock, we own a tiny piece of a business. Now we would do that in the hope of making some money. So if we buy a stock and then that business becomes more popular, we can hopefully sell that share for a higher price and then we make some money. And on the other side of that, the business sells shares to try and increase their income so that they can use that money to expand. Okay? And the stock market is simply where you and I go to buy those stocks, and typically it's online. Now, we said there's 2 main reasons as to why the share price would increase. However, there's a third one. Okay? So in 2018, a harmless tweet sent out by Kylie Jenner saying she was no longer interested in Snapchat. However, when you have 40 million followers, it's not really harmless. Now, that simple tweet resulted in 7% being wiped off Snapchat's share price, which meant they had 1.3 billion less in terms of their assets. So that meant they had $1.3 billion less in which they could spend on things like hiring more staff, building a new office, or perhaps moving to a new country. Now, that can go the other way. Oprah sent out a similar tweet saying she was actually going to buy into Weight Watchers. Now, that simple tweet actually resulted in Weight Watchers' share price almost doubling. So as you can see, it's not just simply demand and supply. Media has a great role to play in the share price. Hopefully you learned a thing or 2 about the stock market, and we look forward to seeing you in our next episode. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Take care.
Listen, look. It's the informant, no snitch but I'm bringing the news. These talks are global pandemic, stolen no relics. Things have gone hell as children in Yemen walk in their shoes. The Black Lives Matter situation is sweeping the nation in ones and twos. Let's talk about the matter real closely, let me get opinions and